Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a fun show for you today. All right, we're going to pull up the screen here. Both the Vols baseball and softball have advanced. Of course, women's softball is already in the College World Series, and the men are trying to get to Omaha. Let's talk about that. Man, this has been an exciting weekend, or was an exciting weekend. The Vols come back against Clemson in that just epic 14-inning deal. Extra innings affair. It was amazing. That top of the ninth with 2 outs, 3-run homer that was awesome. And then they took care of Charlotte, no problem at all. Whooped up on them real good. Ladies softball had a real nice game yesterday, 3-1. That was a fun game. Now let's take a look at where they stand. Now it took me a while to get into all this and figure it out. I just want to know where everything stands as far as the brackets and all that good stuff. So this is the NCAA Women's College World Series bracket. And you can see it's down to 4 teams. You've got Oklahoma, you've got Stanford, Florida State, and Tennessee. And of course, Tennessee is going to play Florida State at 7 p.m. today. If Tennessee beats Florida State, they play them again at 9:30. And that's because Tennessee's already got a loss and Florida State does not. And it's a double elimination. So if they win both games tonight, then they would play probably Oklahoma. Now, granted, actually, theirs was at 12 p.m. Now, let me check that, see what's going on here. All right, in that game, Stanford's up 2-1, and they're in the second inning. So 2-1 Stanford right now with 5 innings to go. They play, 7 innings? Now, look, I am not a women's softball expert, so if I get any of this wrong, and I don't usually cover a ton of Vols baseball, but I've been trying to cover it as much as I can. So if I make a mistake, don't do me like you did last time over the schedule. Don't be coming over the top of the rope or coming after me with chairs.
Now Kane!
I might make a mistake, but I figured I needed to cover this because I didn't see a lot of coverage on YouTube about this. So I figured y'all might want to know what's going on with it, or at least get into the details. So that's where we stand. So tonight at 7 o'clock, and they need to win both games against Florida State in order to play either Oklahoma or Stanford. And the championship finals would be on the 7th, would start on the 7th. And it's probably a 2 out of 3, I would assume, depending on whether one of the teams has a loss or not. Now let's get into the men's bracket, all right? Sounded a little bit like Jeremy Pruitt. All right.
You're a big dummy there. I'm not kidding you. You're a big dummy.
So we're down to the 16 teams, and the Vols are trying to get into the World Series, which is the final 8. That's as big as I can get this. I'll have to figure out a way to make this bigger so you can see it easier. I'll do it when I'm editing. But anyway, this shows Tennessee right here playing. They're either going to play Southern Miss or I believe Penn. And if Penn beats Southern Miss today at 3 p.m. Southern Miss will be playing Penn at 3 p.m. So if Penn wins, it's almost certain that we'll have the Super Regional in Knoxville, which would be fantastic.
I like it a lot.
If not, it's going to be a decision by the NCAA to either choose Southern Miss or the Vols for the Super Regional. And that would be great for the city. So I guess we need to be rooting for Penn at 3 p.m. today. And so whoever we play then, we could get into the World Series, and we'd be playing the winner in this other bracket, which could probably be LSU and Kentucky were the number 1 seeds. And let's see how they did. Looks like LSU is playing Oregon at 2 o'clock today. Let's see about Kentucky. Those are 2 SEC schools we care about. Kentucky's playing Indiana at 6 o'clock. And it looks like Kentucky's won 3 straight. They beat Ball State, West Virginia, and then Indiana. All right, so we're rooting for Penn today at 3 o'clock, and we need the Lady Vols to win 2 games tonight against Florida State. So that's my understanding of it. The women are already in the World Series. We want to see the men in the World Series. We also want to see that Super Regional in Knoxville. That would be fantastic because we always play a little bit better at home, especially when we've got 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people cheering for us.
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home.
So I just wanted to cover this today pretty quickly. This has been really exciting this weekend to watch these teams battle, and of course things have been falling in our way, which is great. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the Vols, and of course these 2 World Series events. I'd really love to see the Vols in the World Series, the men, and maybe the women can pull it off. Now, it's hard to win 2 in a row. That's really difficult, but this team could do it. And if you haven't subscribed, it's right here on your right, my left. Just boom, hit that little button. I would appreciate it. And right over here is my most recent video that YouTube thinks you will love based on your recent viewing history. I've learned a few things about that. Anyway, I hope you did like the content. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.